G'day guys. Had a lot of these 7000s come in, and the connector that goes from the head unit, as in the screen, back down to the detector is, in a lot of cases, not in the correct format as a coil spring, and what happens is it binds over the top and folds back, and it eventually will break the cable. I've partially done this one. I've got most of the funny bends out of it, but I'm going to show you how I do it. I've just got some cooking oil in this little ceramic container, well, I don't know, dish or something, I suppose you want to call it. And I'm getting it up to about 140 degrees Celsius. And you got to be careful because you can cause yourself an injury doing that. And so I've just got the temperature gun here. You could probably get away with it at about 120, but at the moment it's at 156. So don't get the oil on yourself because it'll go pear-shaped. Just be careful when you do this. If you are going to do this, I will give you plenty of warning that, you know, if you're jittery and you're unstable and uncoordinated, don't do this, because if you get the hot oil on yourself, it will cause you an injury and you'll probably have to go to hospital over it. Anyway, I've got this, and also that is a cup of cold water. In Ballarat, the water out of the tap is at about 5 degrees, so it's pretty cold. That's 5 degrees Celsius, so you can convert that. It's very, very cold. So anyhow, what I do, I turn this off, turn the hot plate off, because I don't need it to radiate my fingers, and I just put that in the oil. I can't really pick up the camera and show you all the critical angles and everything, but I'll just move this a little bit closer. Put it in there for, I don't know, you put it in there for 30 seconds or so. Just heat the coil up. I'm going to have to put this cup of water right here, actually. Move the detector back. So I've got the coil in the oil, just near on the coil side where the plug is. And what I do, I hold it and I give it a twist action to make the coil screw up more. I'm twisting it so it's a tighter coil and keeping it straight. Put in the cold water, pull it out. Now you can actually grab hold of it and form it a bit. You don't want to lose your form. So in the cold water again. You'll see where I'm coming from when I'm finished. I'm just holding it tightly bunched at the moment. Trying to pull that in. Give it another dip in the cold water. We should be about right. Okay. I'll just dry it off. And this is where we want to be. This was really, really bad. I already got most of it out, and I said, gee, I should make a video about this, because if you keep undoing things or have it in there and it's all on a kink, it can break. So if you have a look at that now, that's a really good spring action. You want this bit here probably further down into the middle of the coil, like on the middle of the coil axis, but that's pretty good. That's not bad. So that feels better. And the hot oil actually treats the plastic on the outside, and it just feels a lot better. It's absorbed some of that oil, I think, and it doesn't feel as dry and powdery as what it did. I don't know how old this detector is, but it could be old. I know the guy's got a few of these, and this has come in for upgrades. And yeah, so he did want this fixed, so I will say that's probably fixed. We can stick it in the detector and just, or back in where it comes from. Just make sure when you put it back in that it, you can see here, that it goes on this side. Don't put it on that side because you'll never get it on. So inside here, you can probably see there's channels this side and that side, and this actually just pushes in. So rather than trying to do it making a video, pushing it in, I'll just get it in there. I'll just drop that in there. Just bear with me as I talk myself through it. It'll drop through the middle. You don't want it there. That's where your coil connector goes. So you've got to move it over like so. So I've just moved it over like that, but I haven't pushed all the cable into the holder. So you can see which side to do it. So probably can't see, but anyway, look, it just pushes in these channels here. I'm just pushing it in like so. And at the back here, there's a little, like a little half or quarter circle type of place to put it. It pushes in there. Now, if you can see that, it's all sitting in there nicely. See that little black line that's getting a bit shiny? That's the cable. So that's where it sits. And at the back here now, I'll turn this around like so. And if you actually get this, now I've got to get the coil in a channel too. There is a coil, the coil spiral on this cable. There's a channel in there for that as well, but it relies on the stem being in there. So I'll just put my thumb in there, but just give you an idea, I can pull that out and it will go in, but it doesn't do anything nasty and want to fold on itself. So it's acting as it's meant to, as a coil spring. So the cable's not folding. So check your detectors to see if that cable on the end of this, well, it is a plug as such, and because sometimes you have reverse plugs and reverse sockets. So yeah, it's got pins in it, so we'll call it a plug. And just make sure that it doesn't, when you put the detector together, it just doesn't bind. It should spring. So heating it up and re-bending it into a spring form will really help in the long run. If it's bent for a long time, hard over, and it's there's a lot of stress on it, it will split the cable insulation. And because these plugs are molded, they're molded on, you can't do anything about it really. You'd have to, there'd be a lot of work redoing that. And can you buy these connectors on the aftermarket? I don't know. It might be a proprietary. You only get it from Minelab. So that could be an issue. So anyway, that goes in there and is now springy. And that's how you want it. You want it springy. And when the stem is in here, it does hold against it. So it gives it a proper channel to move up and down on. So once all together, it probably will not bind, and it'll work really well. So yep, that's good. Cured it. So the trick is to heat it. Don't burn your fingers, because you can. Hot oil is not a good one, especially at 150 degrees Celsius. That's what, about a 330 or 340 Fahrenheit. Yeah, not good to touch. So you probably want to have some gloves on or something when you do it. I'm just putting this there. You know, it's only if you're competent. Be aware of the risks, and yeah, you can do these things, right? But like I say, I'll put the warning there. Do not do it in a way that you're going to burn your fingers. So, you know, you can. I have done these with hot air before, but it's really hard to heat everything at the same time with hot air. Oil is good. I used to do this using glycerin. I used to heat up glycerin and do it, but it is what it is. So definitely get the temperature gun. Don't overheat it because that'll go really, really pear-shaped. And there it is. It's done. So there you go. It's a view of the kitchen. Oh dear. So yeah, you know, sometimes I do this stuff. I just do it automatically to repair equipment, and sometimes I think, well, I actually should have made a video about that because it's a common issue with the way that coil assembly goes together. It just all you need to do is you bend it once in the wrong way, like squash it, because it binds, and then it'll do it forever onwards, and it'll get worse and worse. And if you really got it compressed up, it will definitely break the insulation, the black insulation, and things will go pear-shaped. Anyway, that's enough of that. Catches.